Hi, everybody. I'm Mike,
And I am Eric.
and we're here to provide answers to frequently asked questions about using Euresys products. Today's question, Eric, is my application requires multiple cameras to be precisely synchronized to a single external trigger. How can I be sure that they are truly synchronized?
Thank you for this question. In fact, this question happens quite often, and Euresys provide a unique feature to answer and to solve this kind of problem. This is called C2C link, which is card-to-card link. And this feature enables us to share triggers among multiple channels on the same board, multiple board, and even multiple PC accurately. In this setup, I have 4 cameras connected to a single board, and I'm using the C2C link to receive one trigger on the master board. So this is master. And all the channels here are slaves, and so we'll receive exactly the same trigger from the master. This allows me to have perfectly synchronized acquisition. And here is showing this inside Memento. So I have one trigger. I'm going to move this away. Here I have one trigger, the same exposure time for all my camera. And here I have for each camera the readout and the DMA to the PC memory. And as we can see, it's perfectly aligned all together with the trigger. And if I zoom out, we can even see that for each trigger, I have all my 4 cameras that are perfectly aligned.
That looks good, Eric, but how can I actually measure really precisely what the trigger accuracy is?
So we can zoom in here. Okay, I am now zooming at 1 microsecond per square. Yes, 1 microsecond per square. I've a bit lost my trigger here. So the trigger is very far, is here. So I zoom here. So these are all the readouts, and I can see that all my camera readouts all happen on the exact same microsecond. And as I have 1 microsecond accuracy, this is the best I can measure. I can also see that there is a very slight jitter on my DMA start. All my 4 DMA starts on the same board. There is a very little difference here, and the difference is if I measure 1 microsecond. Okay, and this is the accuracy of the measurement time. So this can be considered like exactly at the same time. And so it's a very precise. All my camera exactly start on the same microsecond. So we are microsecond level accuracy.
All right, thank you, Eric. So that convinces me that my 4 cameras are being triggered precisely from one external trigger. What happens though if I have multiple boards in different PCs? Am I able to still achieve that same accuracy?
Yes, in fact, last week I had a customer exactly asking this, and I made some recording. And here we have 2 boards in 2 PC, and then we see that the first sent a trigger. The trigger is shared exactly amounts all the channel. I just show a subsample because my screen is not big enough to show 16 triggers and 16 readouts. So I have one master, which is forwarded exactly at the same time to all my slaves.
And then so in that configuration, you have one master and one slave in one PC, and then 2 more slave boards in a second PC.
No, in fact, it was 2 octo boards. So it was 1 board with 1 master and 7 slave, and then a second board with 8 camera, and all of them were slaved. And were slaved on the 1 master on 2 octo boards, in fact. So it's a 16-channel 2 octo board setup compared to the previous one, which was 1 quad. And we can see here that for a very long period of time, all my channels are perfectly in sync. And this can then ensure that you acquire all the image nicely all together.
Great.
Are you now convinced that everything is properly synchronized?
Yes, thank you for showing me that, Eric.
You are welcome.